wonderful. In only 2 short years, he's caught the spirit of Brooklyn.
That's very gratifying, Miss Brewster.
You see, living here next to the church all our lives, we've seen so many ministers come and go. We say the true spirit of Brooklyn is friendliness, and your husband's sermons are not so sermonly as they are friendly talks.
Personally, I've always enjoyed my talks with Cardinal Gibbons. Or have I met him yet?
No, dear, not yet. Are the biscuits good?
Bully!
Care for another biscuit, Mrs. Harper?
Oh, no. I'm afraid I'll have no appetite left for dinner. I always eat too many of your lovely biscuits just to taste that jam.
But you haven't tried the quince. We always put a little apple in it to take the tartness out.
No, thank you.
We'll send you over a jar.
Oh, no. You keep it here so I can be sure of having it with your biscuits.
Well, I do hope they don't make us use that imitation flour again. It may not be very charitable of me to say, but I've almost come to the conclusion that Mr. Hitler is not a Christian.
If only Europe were on another planet.
Europe, ma'am?
Yes, Teddy.
Point your gun the other way.
John.
Teddy!
To the west. There's your danger. There's your enemy. Japan.
Why, yes, of course.
Teddy!
I'm sorry, Aunt Abby. Not so much talk about Europe and more about the canal.
Let's not talk about war. Would you care for some more tea here?
No, thank you, Aunt Abby.
Mrs. Harper?
Oh, no, thank you, Miss Abby. I must say, these surroundings seem far removed from war and violence.
It is peaceful here, isn't it?
Yes, peaceful. The virtues of another day. They're all here, in this house. The gentle virtues that went out with candlelight, good manners, and low taxes.
It's one of the oldest houses here in Brooklyn. It's just as it was when Grandfather Brewster built and furnished it, except for the electricity, and we use it as little as possible. It was Mortimer who persuaded us to put it in.
Yes, I've noticed your nephew Mortimer seems to live only by electric light.
Well, the poor dear has to work so late. I hear he's taking Elaine with him to the theater again. Teddy, your brother Mortimer will be here later.
Delighted.
We're so glad if Elaine Mortimer takes the theater with him.
Yes, well, I must say it's a new experience for me to wait up until 3 a.m. in the morning for my daughter to be brought home.
We do hope you don't disapprove of Mortimer.
Well,
We'd feel so guilty if you did. I mean, Sister Martha and I, since it was here in this house that Mortimer and Elaine first met.
of course, Miss Brewster. And so I'll see immediately that I believe Mortimer himself to be a worthy gentleman. But I've watched the growing intimacy between Mortimer and my daughter with some trepidation. And for one reason, Miss Abby.
His stomach, Mrs. Harper?
Stomach?
Yes, his dyspepsia. The poor boy's bothered by it so.
Oh, no, Miss Abby, no. I'll be frank with you. I'm speaking of your nephew's unfortunate connection with the theater.
The theater, Mrs. Harper. Mortimer writes for a New York newspaper.
I know, Miss Abby, I know. But a dramatic critic is constantly exposed to the theater, and I don't doubt but what some of them do develop an interest in it.
No, not Mortimer.
Really?
Well, he used to write about real estate, which was something he knew about and really enjoyed. And then they made him take this terrible night position.
My.
But Mortimer doesn't think the theater will last much longer, and for the meantime, it's a living. Yes, I'd give it a year, or perhaps maybe 2. Well, now, who do you suppose that could be? Oh, no, Teddy, don't bother. I'll get it. Hello, Mr. Brophy.
Hello, Miss Brewster.
How are you, Mr. Klein?
Very well, Miss Brewster. What news have you brought me? Colonel, we have nothing to report. Splendid, gentlemen, splendid. At ease.
You know Mrs. Harper?
Sure. Hello, Mrs. Harper. You come for the toys for the Christmas fund.
Oh, yes.
That's splendid work you men do, fixing up discarded toys to give poor children for a happier Christmas.
Well, it gives us something to do when we have to sit around the station. You get tired playing cards, and then you start cleaning your gun. First thing you know, you shot yourself in the foot.
Teddy, go up to your Aunt Martha's room and bring down that big box of toys. How's Mrs. Brophy doing, Mr. Brophy? Mrs. Brophy's been seriously ill, Mrs. Harper.
Charge!
Sorry to hear that.
Oh, she's better now, a little weak still.
Well, then I'll bring you some beef broth to take to her.
Oh, no, don't bother, Miss Abby. You've done so much for her already.
Oh, it's no bother at all, really. Sister Martha's bringing some to Mr. Benitsky right now. It won't be but a minute. Sit down, all of you. Make yourselves comfortable.
You shouldn't go through all that trouble.
Listen, try and stop her or her sister from
was racing with us. He's a little afraid of him anyway.
Oh, he's quite harmless.
Suppose he does think he's Teddy Roosevelt. There's a lot worse people he could think he was.
And shame. Nice guy like that hatching a cuckoo.
Well, his father, the old girl's brother, was some sort of a genius, wasn't he? And Teddy and their father, Teddy's grandfather, seems to me he was a little crazy too.
Yeah, he was crazy like a fox. Made $1 million.
Really? Here in Brooklyn?
Yeah, patent medicine. He was a quack of some sort. Old Sergeant Edwards remembers him. He used to house here, sort of a clinic. Tried him out on people.
Yeah, I heard they used to make some mistakes occasionally too.
Well, the department never bothered him much, but it's pretty useful in autopsies. Especially poison cases.
Well, whatever he did, he left the old girls fixed for life. Thank God for that.
Not that they're spending it on themselves.
Oh, yes. I'm well acquainted with their charities.
You don't know, Ted. When I was working with the Missing Persons Bureau trying to trace an old man that we never did find, do you know there's a renting agency that's got this house down on its list for furnished rooms? They don't rent rooms. If you bet that anyone who comes here looking for a room gets a hot meal and a couple of dollars in their gift.
Just a way of picking up people to do some good to.
Oh, well, isn't this nice?
Good afternoon, Miss Brewster.
Good afternoon, Mr. Brophy, Mrs. Harper, Mr. Klein.
How are you, Miss Brewster? We came to get the Christmas toys.
Oh, yes, Teddy's Army and Navy. They wear out. They're all packed. I'll go get them.
Oh, no, don't bother. The Colonel left her down. Seems the cabin has okay at first.
Oh, why, yes, of course. I do hope Mrs. Brophy's feeling better.
Oh, she's doing fine, ma'am. Your sister's getting some soup for me to take.
Oh, I just brought some to an old man who broke ever so many bones.
Oh, you're back, Martha. How is Mr. Vinitsky?
Very serious, I'm afraid. The doctor was there. He's going to have to amputate in the morning.
Can we be present?
No, I'm afraid not. I asked, but it's against the rules of the hospital. Oh, you couldn't be of any service, and you must spare your soul something.
Well, here's the broth, Mr. Brophy. Be sure it's good and hot.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, this is fine. I know Mally boy is nuts about soldiers.
Why? That's General Miles. I retired him. What's this? The Oregon.
Teddy, put that back.
But the Oregon goes to Australia.
Now, Teddy.
No, I've given my word to Fighting Bob Evans.
But Teddy.
What difference does it make which boy gets it? Bobby Evans, Izzy Cohen? We'll be running along. Thank you very much.
Not at all. Goodbye.
Well, I should be going now.
Charge! Charge the blockhouse!
The blockhouse? Yes, the stairs are always Panama Hill. Have you ever tried to persuade him that he's not Teddy Roosevelt?
Oh, no.
He's so happy being Teddy Roosevelt.
Once, a long time ago, remember, Martha? We thought that he would be George Washington. It might be a change for him.
But he hid under his bed for days, and he wouldn't be anybody.
And he would so much rather he be Mr. Roosevelt and nobody at all.
Well, if he's happy, and what's more, you're happy, you'll see that he finds these. What are they?
Well, Dr. Harper's made all the arrangements for Teddy to go to Happydale Sanitarium after we pass on.
Well, why is it important that he signs them now? It's better to have it all settled. If the Lord should take you away suddenly, perhaps we couldn't persuade Teddy to commit himself, and that would create an unpleasant legal procedure. Mr. Witherspoon understands they're to be filed away until the time comes to use them. Who's Mr. Witherspoon? Oh, he's the superintendent of Happydale.
Dr. Harper's made arrangements for him to come over either tomorrow or the next day and meet Teddy.
Well, I should be running along now before Elaine comes looking for me.
Mrs. Harper, give our love to Elaine. And don't think harshly of Mortimer because he's a dramatic critic. Somebody's got to do the job.
Abby, did you just have tea? Isn't it rather late for tea?
Yes, and dinner's going to be late, too.
Well, why?
Teddy, wonderful news for you. You're going to Panama and take another lap for the canal.
Delighted. That's bully, just bully. I should prepare at once. Charge!
Abby, while I was out,
Well, Mrs. Harper was coming to tea, and I didn't know when you'd be back.
oh, I'll just go downstairs and look.
No, there wasn't enough time. I was all alone.
Well,
Martha, just look in the window seat.
Teddy's idea of nightlife is to take me to a prayer meeting. It's wonderful to get to go to the theater almost every night of my life.
Well, it is comforting for us, too, because if Mortimer has to see some of those plays he must see, at least we know he's sitting next to a minister's daughter.
Oh my goodness, Elaine, what you must think of us, not having tea cleared away by this hour.
Abby, don't do anything until Mortimer comes back, and then I'll be in to help you. Mortimer should be here any moment now.
Mother must have been surprised not to find me at home. I better run over and say goodnight to her.
It's a shame you missed her, dear.
If Mortimer comes, will you tell him I'll be right back? Hello, Mort.
Oh, hello, Elaine. Hello, Aunt Martha.
Hello, Mortimer. Abby, Mortimer's here.
Were you going somewhere?
I was just going to run over and tell Father not to wait up for me.
I didn't know that was still being done. Even here in Brooklyn.
Hello, Mortimer.
Hello, Aunt Abby.
How are you, dear?
I'm fine. You're looking good. You haven't changed much since yesterday.
Oh my goodness, it was yesterday, wasn't it? Well, we're seeing an awful lot of you lately. Come, sit down.
Abby, do we have something to do in the kitchen? Huh? You know, the tea thing?
Oh yes, the tea things. Well, just make yourselves at home, just.
Make yourselves at home. Well, can't you take a hint?
No, that was pretty obvious. A lack of inventiveness, I should say.
Yes, that's exactly what you said.
So, where do you want to go for dinner tonight?
I don't care. I'm not very hungry.
Well, I just had lunch, so what do you say we get a bite to eat after the show?
That'll make you kind of late, won't it?
Now with the little stinker we're seeing this evening, from what I hear, we'll be at Blake's by 10 o'clock.
You have to be fair to these plays.
Are these plays fair to me?
I've never seen you walk out on a musical.
Oh, well, darling, that musical isn't opening tonight.
No?
You see, well, you've got to learn the rules. With the musical, there are only 4 changes of title and 3 postponements. They like the show in New Haven, but it still needs a lot of work.
I was hoping it was a musical.
Such a late mind.
Not a bit. Musicals somehow have a humanizing effect on you. After a serious play, we join the proletariat in the subway, and I listen to a lecture on the drama. After a musical, you take me home in a taxi, and you make a few passes.
Now that's a very inaccurate piece of reporting.
Well, I must admit that after our first play, you told me I had authentic beauty, and that's a hell of a thing to say to a girl. It wasn't until after our first musical you told me I had nice legs. And I have, too.
For a minister's daughter, you certainly do know a lot about life. Where did you learn?
In the choir loft.
I'll have to explain that sometime to you, though. It's a close relationship between eroticism and religion.
Religion never gets as high as the choir loft. Which reminds me, I better tell Father not to wait up for me tonight.
You know, I've never been able to rationalize it.
What?
My falling in love with a girl who lives in Brooklyn.
Did you say falling in love? You're not stooping to be articulate, are you?
You know, the only way I'm going to be able to keep my self-respect is to keep you in New York.
Did you say keep?
Well, darling, I've come to the conclusion that, well, you're just holding out for the legality.
I can afford to be a good girl for quite a few years yet.
I can't wait that long. When can we be married? In a hurry, say tonight.
I'm afraid Father would insist on officiating.
Oh, God, I'll bet your father can even make the marriage service sound pedestrian.
You're not by any chance writing a review of it, are you?
Forgive me, darling. It's an occupation. Now, why don't you run along home and tell your father not to wait up for you.
I think tonight I'd better have him wait up.
But, well, I'll telephone Winchell to have him publish the bands.
Nevertheless.
All right. Everything formal and legal, but no later than next month.
Oh, darling, I'm so happy. I'm going to run home and tell Father.
Oh, well, you can't do that. You see, we'll have to check to see what's in rehearsal. There'll be a lot of other first things.
Hello, Mortimer.
Hello, Mr. President.
What news have you brought me?
Just as Mr. President, the country is squarely behind you.
Yes, I know. Isn't it wonderful? Well, goodbye. Goodbye.
Where are you off to, Teddy?
Panama!
Panama's a seller. He digs a lot of now down there.
You were so sweet with him, and he's so very fond of you.
Well, Teddy always was my favorite brother.
Favorite? Were there more of you?
Well, there was another brother, John.
I've never heard of Jonathan. Your aunts have never mentioned him to me.
Well, we don't like to talk about Jonathan that much. See, he left Brooklyn at a very early
likes to pray over me a little before I go out with Mortimer. But I'll be right back. I'm going to cut to the cemetery.
And if the prayers are too long, I'll have time to lead you beside distilled waters.
Mortimer, that's the first time I've ever heard you quote the Bible. We knew Elaine would be a good influence on you.
And by the way, I'm going to marry her.
What? Oh, darling. Martha! Martha!
Yes, darling?
I've got the most wonderful news for you. Mortimer and Elaine are going to be married.
Married? Oh, Mortimer.
We hoped it would happen just like this.
Why, Elaine must be the happiest girl.
Happy? Well, just look at her leaping over those gravestones. Hey, what's that?
What's what, dear?
That statue over there. Carnita Carnita.
Oh, no, silly. That's Emily Stout, ascending to heaven.
No, I'm Mrs. Stout's left ear. It's a red-crested swallow. I've only seen one of those before in my life.
I don't know how you can be thinking about a bird at a time like this. With Elaine and the engagement and everything.
Yeah, it's a vanishing species. Thoreau is very fond of her. Oh, I left an envelope somewhere around here last week. Have either of you seen it? It's one of my chapters on Thoreau.
Well, if you left it here, it must be here somewhere.
What are your plans? When are you going to be married? I'm sure there's something more you can tell us about Elaine.
Well, Elaine, she thought it was brilliant.
What was, dear?
My chapter on Thoreau.
Well, when Elaine comes back, I think this calls for a celebration. Martha, isn't there some of that Lady Baltimore cake left?